Today we begin the 40 days of the season of Lent, ang ating Kwaresma. And today we will put the abo, the ashes in our forehead to remind us of two things. One, of our humanity, that we came from nothing and we will go back to nothing. We are from dust and we return to dust. And the invitation to return to God. Repent and believe in the gospel. These are the two things we say when we give the ashes, the abo, in our forehead. And today, it is good to be reminded that as we enter the season of Lent, what is our plan? What is our goal? I hope our plan and our goal is not only during the season of Lent, but every day, every time, all the time, as long as we live. It is not easy, but we can do it. And the readings today remind us what are those three things that we should always be reminded. The first is there is God. There is God who loves us, who is gracious and kind to us, who can forgive us and give us a new life again. Two, there is us, tayo, who believe in God. That in many ways we try to live our life as much as we can. We try our best to be a good person. And number three, the life of Christian is a life of service, of sharing, of praying for one another. In the first reading, it reminds us that God is gracious to us. Mabait ang Diyos sa atin. And so, if we like to serve God and one another, it must be of the same attitude. If God is gracious to us, we should be gracious to one another. Very simple in many ways. Kung mabait ang Diyos sa atin, dapat mabait tayo sa isa't isa. It's not easy, alam natin. Especially kung galit tayo, masama ang loob, or nasaktan. And yet, we can do it. We can do it. I am a very strong believer na walang taong napakasama. Everyone can have a conversion. Everyone can change. Everyone can follow the Lord. But of course, the decision is up to us. Again, the first reading reminds us, if God is gracious to us, we can be gracious to one another. And then ang second reading, pinalo up yan. It says, tayong lahat ay ambassador ni Christ. All of us are representative ni Kristo dito sa mundo. Because by our baptism, by our faith, we must live our life as much as we can. And we always do that. It's not, hindi ko kaya. We always try. And again, how can we be ambassador? How can we be Christ-like? How can we be the representative of Christ dito sa lupa? Again, if you ask me, hindi madali, pero kaya natin gawin. Sa akin, ang formula lang dyan ay maging mabait. Maging mabait. Pag mabait ka, maunawaan mo ang kapwa mo. Pag mabait ka, mapatawad mo ang kapwa mo. Pag mabait ka, hindi ka mag-iisip ng masama sa kapwa mo. And so again, it's just a good reminder for all of us na kaya naman nating maging mabait. If we choose na maging mabait. As much as kaya rin nating magalit, kung gustuhin natin o pipiliin natin na masama ang loob natin o galit tayo. It will take the same amount of emotion. But in the end, I think mas prepared natin na tahimik ang buhay. Walang sama ng loob. Hindi nagtatanim ng galit. At marunong magpatawad. Marunong umanawa. Marunong dumamay. Marunong tumulong sa kapwa. Then we can say, I tried to do my best na maging Christ-like sa aking buhay sa mundo. And the gospel, of course, every Ash Wednesday, we are being reminded that there are 3 things we can do during this season of Lent. 1, to pray. 2, ay fasting or pag-aayuno or making a sacrifice. And 3, ay pagtulong o pagdamay sa kapwa. Again, we can do these 3 things kung ang puso natin ay mabait. Mahirap magdasal pag ikaw ay galit. Mahirap tumulong pag masama ang iyong loob. And definitely, mahirap magsakripisyo pag galit ka rin. Hindi ba't pag nagpatawad ka ng kapwa mo, you are making a sacrifice. Kahit masakit pa rin sa iyo, pero dahil mahal mo, papatawarin mo. Di ba sakripisyo na kahit gusto mong mag-shopping o bumili ng gusto mo, pero dahil kailangan ng kapatid mo, o kailangan ng magulang mo, o kailangan ng anak mo, you make a sacrifice out of your love, out of your kindness, at ipapadala mo ang maliit mong savings o pera para matulungan sila. And so again, we can only make a sacrifice. We can only pray for one another, or we can even pray for others and for strangers and to our enemies kung ang puso natin ay mabait. And so, in this season of Lent, especially in this time of the pandemic, I think we can all try, and let us try. Don't give up trying na maging mabait sa sarili, sa kapwa, sa lahat, sa Panginoon, at higit sa lahat, sa ating mga pamilya at kaibigan. Amen. God bless you all.